Okay, grade 5, we're back to science class. And today, look, I'm in the jungle. Okay, I'm not in the classroom. Can you hear that beautiful air? Those beautiful birds singing? Of course you can. Okay, science. Well, what did we look at last week? Last week we studied about plants, okay? And let's recap today on that theme, on that topic. But first, how would you like to earn 20 bonus points? How would you like that? I think you would. Okay, come with me. Let's go into the office. Okay, come with me. Okay, so this is your job to make something like this. This is called a footed tray, where you could make a lovely cactus like this, okay? Guys, this is for your bonus points. Something beautiful like this. Look, there's little animals in there. There's coloured stones. You can find a little house. Okay, up to you. Okay, so that's a mini project you can do by yourself. You can do with your family, your friends, your brothers, your sisters. Okay, so there we go. Let's go. Ooh, this is a beautiful example, and I can tell you this belongs to one of your grade 5 teachers. I'll give you a clue. It's a teacher that teaches Thai language, Thai history, and Thai social studies. Who could it be, I wonder? Okay, so good luck if you decide to participate. You can find the materials at various shops and send us your picture. Okay, we'd love to see it. Okay, back to recapping. Let's see, what were we learning last week? We were learning about vascular plants. Okay, most plants you see are vascular. They have tubes in them called xylem and phloem that transport water and food around the plants. Non-vascular plants are kind of the opposite. They don't have any roots, but they absorb water through the surface of their leaves. Okay, we use seeds. Most plants use seeds to reproduce. Okay. Spores. Now, simple plants and ferns use spores to reproduce. Spores are just tiny, tiny, tiny seeds that you can't really see, and they're easily transported through the air with wind. Simple plants, they love damp, shady places. Okay, as you can see in the picture, moss will often grow on rocks. Okay, so simple plants do not have xylem and phloem. Okay, and they are non-vascular plants. Simple plants. I had that slide twice. Okay. Ferns, they are a diverse group of plants that grow mostly in damp, shady areas. Many types of fern you can find in Thailand. Cone-bearing plants, also called gymnosperms. They include pines, spruces, cedars, firs. Okay, cone-bearing plants are vascular plants. Okay, the seed is just held in the cone. Okay. They reproduce from seeds which are held in cones, as you can see by the picture. Some animals like to collect cones and bury them. Squirrels, for example. Female cones are bigger than male cones. Flowering plants. Flowers have beautiful bright colors to attract those insects, bees, other animals such as birds. A hummingbird will often be attracted to the nectar inside the flower. Okay. Pollen, if you can see the little yellow dust particles on the fur of the bee here. Okay, the bees are great for pollinating because they go inside the flower and the grains of pollen stick to their fur. Then they travel to another flower and they will pollinate that flower. So bees are super important for pollination, okay, and reproduction of flowering plants.
This is one word we didn't cover last week, monocotyledon, and it's a flowering plant with one seed leaf, okay? For example, a leaf of grass, if you look at the picture, we call a grass monocot, okay? Because when it grows through the soil, you only see one leaf, okay? The opposite of that, or the other variation, is called a dicot. That's a type of plant that springs up through the soil and you can see two leaves, okay? That's a dicotyledon. So you should highlight these two in your book, page 39, okay? Monocotyledon and dicotyledon, all right? Excellent. Well, let's get a little bit of work done together, okay? I'll speed through this a little bit. If you want to do it by yourself, you can always press pause, okay? On page 14 of your workbook now. And it says, mosses, hornworts, and liverworts they are simple plants. They do not have flowers and they do not produce seeds. Simple plants reproduce from tiny, tiny, tiny spores. The spores are held in capsules. When the spores are developed, the capsule splits open and the spores are carried by air and water. By air, we probably need a little bit of wind thrown in there, okay? Excellent, let's go on then. On the same page, question 9, it says, describe a place where you are likely to find simple plants. Well, we already know simple plants like to live in damp and shady places, such as moss, okay? Question 10, it says, your friend tells you that mosses are not really plants. What? Because they do not have flowers. Write a few sentences to respond to his or her statement. Well, we can say mosses are known as simple plants. They do not produce flowers and they are non-vascular. That's what you can tell your friend, okay? Page 15, you can see two pictures at the top. On your left, that's a simple plant. On your right, it's a fern. Okay, how are they different? They are different because simple plants do not have roots. They are non-vascular. But ferns do have roots. They are vascular plants, okay? But they are similar. How are they similar? Well, both types of plant reproduce using spores, okay? Clumps of sporangia you can find on fern plants, okay? Now, that's what makes ferns unique, okay? Excellent, let's keep moving. Page 16, fill in the blanks, okay? As we know, cone-bearing plants are also called gymnosperms. They have xylem and phloem, which means they are vascular plants. Cone-bearing plants are different from simple plants and ferns because they reproduce from seeds, okay? The seeds are held in reproductive structures called cones. When the seeds are developed, the cones break open and the seeds are carried by wind to new places. Cone-bearing plants are different to flowering plants because they do not produce flowers. Yeah. Okay, excellent. Page 17, question 13. It says, you are walking with your friend on his farm. He tells you that rice he grows is a type of fern because, like rice, he cannot see any flowers on the rice plant. Tell your friend how you know that rice is a flowering plant. Well, I would respond to your friend like this. I would say the rice is the flower. Just like a fruit tree, it produces seasonally. Okay. Question 14. Read each statement. Circle T if you think it's true, F if you think it's false. A, all flowering plants reproduce from spores. That is definitely false, okay? Flowering plants reproduce using seeds. B, cone-bearing plants are flowering plants because their cones look like flowers. That doesn't make any sense. We'll say false. C, most of the plants in the world are flowering plants. That is true, okay? D, monocotyledons are flowering plants with one seed leaf, like a leaf of grass. That is true. And dicotyledons are flowering plants with one seed leaf. That is not true. We know they have two. So that's a false. Okay, excellent. You can do question 15 by yourself with the use of the internet. Just find three plants that are monocotyledons, find three plants that are dicotyledons. Just write them down in that little box, okay? And also you'll be able to do page 18 by yourself in your workbook, okay? Excellent. And another little bonus bonanza, if you want it for science, you can send me a picture of a vascular plant. You can send me a picture of a fern and a picture of a flowering plant. Okay. Excellent. Homework. Page 4 in your vocabulary book and pages 11 and 13 in your workbook. All right. Excellent, guys. Well done. Have a wonderful and nice day, and I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.